So, how do you get a German-made sex ed reform sponsored by the United Nations and then have it land in Africa and the European Union and then start popping up in American schools? Well, it's happening in several states. California is the biggest one. It's a no-brainer. They provide a good template on how you can track this and defeat it. The California Healthy Youth Act, that's what this is called, was the bill that brought the Comprehensive Sexuality Education, or CSE, to the state. They gathered a fleet of radical progressive organizations to help support the bill. These are the ones that jumped on in California, but your state will have similar branches like this: the ACLU of California, the California Latinas, it's not Latinx, for reproductive justice, Forward Together, Equity California, Planned Parenthood. Then they gather a large and powerful coalition of supporters. Again, these are organizations in California, but each state has their own affiliate. In California, it was the California School Boards Association, the California Teachers Association, and the California Parent Teachers Association. Then you also have the national organizations like ACLU and Planned Parenthood teamed up with the radical members of state school boards and teachers unions. In the case of California, a California school board official, her name is Shirley Nash Weber, she left the board to join the state assembly. It was her that sponsored and passed the bill that brought CSE to California. If you see a progressive school board member or a member of the teachers union being pushed to run for a state legislature, watch them like a hawk. It's how they infiltrate state governments and codify their radical agenda. In 2018, Weber was given the Spirit Service Award for her work by the Healthy Teen Network. They work with over 180 organizations to bring the annual Sex Ed for All month. You might know it by its previous name, formerly known as Teen Pregnancy Prevention Month. Right, how old-fashioned. All the language is being changed because if you change the language, you change the culture and you control the populace. Healthy Teen Network's goal is in all 50 states by the year of 2020. Together with Planned Parenthood, they help rewrite education curriculum and train teachers on sex education. Check your state out tonight. Check your local independent school board and see if any of this is happening. My next guest was a teacher, a good teacher in California. She was a teacher since 1988. She's been now fighting against teachers' unions since day one. She wrote a book called Standing Up to Goliath, and that's where she got my attention. I had her on the air a few times, and I found what a warrior she really is. That book tells real-life stories that expose state and national teachers union for the dangerous frauds that they really are and help you fight it. She has firsthand knowledge of what's being pushed in California schools. Rebecca Friedrichs, thank you for being on the program today. Rebecca, there's two things that keep running through my mind. That there will be a lot of people that will see this and go, it's not so bad. I don't know who they are, but that's what they're going to, the default in an average person is, this is hyperbole, it's not so bad, it's not that pervasive, or it's not going to corrupt our children. Can you answer that?
I sure can. We've had a lot of people who just, put their hands over their ears and say, no, this isn't happening. And they put their heads in the sand. It's happening. It's happening not only nationwide, but worldwide. This has been pushed through the United Nations for decades, and the teachers' unions have been involved in this for decades as well. I personally have friends who served at the highest levels of the National Education Association as teacher representatives, and they have been trying to push against this for a good 30 years. I've tried to push against it at the state level when I served as a teacher union leader in my local. And it's bad, and it's getting worse every single day. We must stand up and fight together.
Okay, tell me about some of the things that you have seen in the curriculum. The condom relay race, I think we have a snap of this. This is, again, what the teachers are supposed to do, I guess, in school? Can you tell me about this?
This is just, it's shocking. So I first heard about the condom relay races in 2013 when a mother from Northern California wrote to me. Her email was titled "The Latest Horror," and she directed me to this curriculum called Making Proud Choices, written by Planned Parenthood. The one you're showing is out of Be Real, Be Ready, I think it's called. It's another curricula. So about 6 curricula have been approved in the state of California. They have to pass the muster of ACLU and the teachers unions to be approved. And here's how the condom relay races works. Teachers told to line the kids up in teams, in mixed company, by the way, because we're not allowed to assume genders anymore. So boys and girls are mixed together, lined up in teams, and the teachers literally told, make this a fun activity. And so the children race together, one at a time, like any relay race. Mm-hmm. But first, the teachers told to set out on the table anatomically correct, fully erect penis models. However many teams there are, that's how many models she's supposed to set out. If she doesn't have the models, then she's told to use carrots or cucumbers or some other. It's just unbelievable. It's disgusting. So now these little kids are supposed to play this fun game. First one's race. They're supposed to put the condom on. They have to describe all the steps in putting on a condom. And the curricula I read said if they miss a step, make them repeat it until they get it right. Mortified. If I were a child in that class, I would never have gotten married because I would have been so sexually abused by this lesson. This was a 5th grade class, 11-year-old children, and these lessons are being taught to children all over the country. They might not get this exact condom relay races lesson, but these anatomically correct penis models, things like dental dams, where we're told to teach the children to put a shield between their mouth and their partner's vulva, vagina, or anus, and teach the children that they're to engage in oral on anal sex. So these are attacks on our religious liberties, attacks on our parental authority, attacks on childhood innocence. It's child abuse. And I'm just so grateful to you that you're helping us to expose this. We've been trying to expose it for about 7 years.
Unbelievable. All right, so here's what I want to do. I want to take a quick break and then come back. And I want you to tell people what they can do, because they're going to be treated like imbeciles the minute they walk into schools. And they need to know what they're asking for. They need to have their facts. And I know you've been working on these things. So we'll go there in just about a minute. Stand by.